We were interested in the white pine bark for making the tea, and we have Eldorika pines in our backyard. They're also called Afghan pine, but we can't find anything on them if they're part of the white pine family. They're evergreen, deciduous, they lose their leaves.
So they are coniferous because they have the pine cones.
Yeah.
So there's like blue spruce, white spruce, Scotch pine, red pine, white pine. There's all different kinds. There are junipers. The white pine is its own tree. So you'd have to look it up and see which one you have in your yard. Actually, it's funny. I always laugh. They say there's an app for that. Well, there is an app for that. You can get it in your phone. And if you go over to whatever it is and you take a picture of it, the app will tell you exactly what the plant is.
We planted it, so we know what pine tree it is.
Yep. But are there any woods around you?
No, I live in a desert.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it might wind up being something that you might have to mail order because I don't know the properties. I only know that the white pine tree is specific to what I'm talking about. I don't
Okay.
know. You'll have to investigate the one that you have in your yard.
All right.
I only know the one. That's why I speak of it. I don't want you to go getting sick,
Right,
having an
exactly.
upset stomach because you wound up taking some other sort of a pine tree that just wasn't the same. I mean, white pine is distinct, not because
Okay.
of the color, but because of the needles.
And the medicinal qualities.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. I was going to say too that my husband and I have been on the ivermectin, the pencil eraser size for the last 2 weeks. He
yep.
hasn't felt any herxing. Now, I'm a raw vegan and I eat a lot of grapes, and I noticed the last couple of bags of grapes I got back in the beginning of the month caused an irritation in my throat, even though I washed it, but it seemed like not all of the whatever residual that was on the grape never really washed off.
Yep.
So my throat was irritated, not a sore throat, more like a swollen tongue on the lower part of my throat.
Sure.
So I've been doing the ivermectin, but that's not gone away. But I've noticed my left ear was bothering me, my nose started running, my eyes were bothering me. I'd wake up sweating, and I'm thinking it's because of all the fruits and vegetables that I eat. There had to have been something from everything, even though I washed it. You never really get to wash everything off unless you use I just bought a food grade peroxide, so I'm going to try that and make sure my vegetables and everything are thoroughly washed.
Well, the other thing about that, you want to be careful because you need to have germs in your body. If you don't, you're going to kill your immune system. You need to keep your immune system up. Have you ever heard of people having kids that are too clean and the kids wind up getting sick because they got no immune system? You got to let
True.
them go out and get dirty. It's kind of like a lot of that stuff going on with people washing their. I'm not a fan of putting peroxide in my system, and I have a very good friend of mine that does food grade peroxide.
Well, I'm
And
not saying I'm going to drink it. I'm going to wash my fruit and vegetables with it.
okay, well, what I
Yeah,
was going to say
because
was it kills all the cultures in his body. And I said that's what he did was he made himself sick. So I can imagine what it does to the food if you put it on the food. You want to have some percentage of germs, I guess is what I'm getting at. So your immune system has something to keep it in check. You follow me?
yes, I understand what you're saying, but I'm trying to wash off the insecticide, the pesticides, the herbicides off of the fruit.
I would make a very, very, very mild soapy solution. I wouldn't use a chemical like peroxide to
Yeah.
do. I just wouldn't. That's entirely up to you, but that's my own opinion. I see what you do. If you take food grade peroxide, dump it on your skin, turns your skin pale white,
White. Yes,
bleaches
yes.
it right out.
But I've been
So
using vinegar and this
sure,
fruit wash, but it
yeah,
didn't take the film off of the grapes. So that film irritated my throat. So for the last 3 weeks, I feel like when somebody cries really hard and then your throat feels swollen. I've been like this for 3 weeks.
wow.
Even the ivermectin didn't take it away. But I just ordered some more. We just took our last dose today, and I'm anxiously waiting for our delivery.
Yeah. Are they a grape that you normally eat? Would it be some sort of a reaction? Is it just you're not just eating grapes? Is there something else you changed in your diet?
Nothing else I changed in my diet. I basically can eat one particular meal every day, 3 times, like a smoothie in the morning, my broccoli, and fresh fruit juice, and nothing's changed.
Okay. All right.
I'm a creature of habit with that.
Fine. I'm just trying to help you figure out what it possibly could have been.
I know, same
But
here.
well, if you had all that other stuff and you've had the herxing, hang on and keep taking it, because that's a good sign, because you obviously had stuff in you that didn't need to be there.
Right, right. I also ordered a bottle of the other one you talked about on the last chat. Um,
And-
yes, I ordered a bottle of that as well.
Yep.
So hopefully we'll have a backup when the other one runs out. So
Yeah, and it's funny because on these chats, I always learn stuff too. Like Troy coming on the other night, and it was just like, holy smokes! I didn't realize that ivermectin and fenbendazole were just about the same thing. So
exactly.
I'm like, oh, isn't this cool? So
Right?
it's that peace of mind for people that are doing it. Yeah, I mean, I think it's a good thing. I think we're all learning from this. We're
Exactly. It's easy to carry with you in case you're traveling and you don't look crazy with this little injection of paste, you know?
right, right. Yeah, you can put it into a different container if you wanted to too. Just kind
Exactly.
of like dab your finger into it and go with it that way too. Right. No, that's
Exactly.
good. Would you come back and tell us how you're making out with your throat, please?
Absolutely. I will. And I look forward to it. And listening to everybody's stories and testimonies. It's amazing. I love it. I've always been out
Excellent.
helping
Well,
people with their health. And so this has been something I've been sharing with a lot of people.
well, good. Keep the good word going, because we know it works and we know what we can do. We're going to have our medical independence pretty soon, if hopefully if this keeps going on.
Yes, yes, it will. I know we are going to have it. So thank you, Danny, for having this channel available and for standing up for and sharing this for everybody because we have a right to know what's out there to assist us for our health.
Right. And my opinion of that is, well, if they don't tell us, then they're not telling us. It's almost like a white lie.
Exactly.
So, well, you didn't ask. That's why we didn't tell you. So if
Right.
we figure it out ourselves, and it's not something that can be patented because it's found in nature, it's not like we're doing drug deals. It's like we're talking about regular biology, simple science.
Exactly.
We're not hurting anybody. We're doing completely just the opposite. Hurting
Exactly.
pocketbooks, but we're not hurting well, I guess it's hurting ours too, because the price has gone up. But
Right.
at least we're getting something more valuable out of it. We're getting our health.
Right. Yeah. And doctors took an oath to do no harm. And Hippocrates says, let food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food. And you never have a doctor tell you about proper nutrition and about nutrients and vitamins and herbs and minerals, what we need to be on to be healthy.
Right. Exactly.
So
Well,
thank
keep
you
that.
so much.
You're very welcome.